How to retire this year with tax liens and deeds so that you can stop wasting time and make a financial plan and unlock the secret to retirement so that you can do this business and make some action plan this year, okay? So we're in a very, very special time in history and in the economy. As you know right now, there are low supplies and record amounts of equity that people are sitting on, okay? And these conditions are going to make it very, very prime time for you to be able to retire fast with tax liens and deeds. When you look at the record low supply of real estate, what that means is people are holding on to this because they don't want to sell it. They're in a bit of a catch-22 in that situation. You know, they have equity, maybe they want to sell, but what else are they going to get? Enter the world of tax liens and deeds. And what you need to realize is that with tax liens and deeds, you're dealing with a distressed homeowner, okay? And for the most part, this is a completely different reality than the average person, because you, as a smart investor, somebody who wants to do this, you think to yourself, well, why would anybody sell their house when they can, you know, if they're sitting on records amounts of equity, or, you know, they can sell it fast and inventory is low. What you need to realize is that somebody who's in a tough situation, they're not looking at life the same way. The only thing on their mind is their tough situation. So that's why there are still going to be tons of properties going to tax sales, all right? And from the perspective of somebody who is in a distressed situation, we make our money because these properties need some repair for the most part, all right? And somebody in a tough situation, the last thing they think in their mind, they have to fix up their property to list it and things like that, and they don't want to do that. So they just kind of give up and let it go to tax sale, and this is where you can step in and start to accelerate your retirement this year with these tips. Let's talk about retiring this year and getting massive traction. So you're either in one of two spots. Option one, where you could be, is maybe you have a house that you bought some time ago and you're sitting on a decent amount of equity in that house because it's went up in value, okay? The other camp you could be in is maybe you don't have a lot of money. Maybe you only have $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to get into this business. But that's what we're gonna do, is solve it here through the form of retirement with real estate. So if you have your property and it's gone up in value and you're sitting on equity, the worst thing you can do is play a tight game and play not to lose. Because what happens is when you play not to lose, you lose.